Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Ha! Hey, it's Monday morning, and ain't God good and won't He do it? Oh, yes, He will. Oh, yes, He will. I know my listener probably saying, Lee Craft, Lee Craft, Lee Craft. You say the same thing every morning. I'm going to say Enoch, Ewok, Enoch. That means y'all sure know what to say. Look, this morning I got my need something to show this morning. Good morning, Shay. How you
Hi
doing this morning?
guys, how y'all doing?
And we're going, I know Monday's no typical medical Monday. Today we're just going to let's have a conversation with my niece and see what's on her mind. You know, see what the young people are thinking about, you know. Shay, Shay, what are the young people thinking about, you know?
Well, I want to
But before we get started, if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com or go to Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, all those beautiful apps. Look for the animated black man with a white beard smiling and profiling and finally realize y'all trying to size me up. So Shay, what's on your mind?
Okay, so we were just having family day and we was watching this movie. It had Regina Hall, Jill Scott, Eve the rapper, and there's a couple other actors that I can't think of their names. But and they had, I guess they had this vow about like by a certain age that they were going to get married. And I know with I'm not sure what happened with Eve, but I know with Jill Scott and the father of her child, I guess they dated when they were younger. It didn't work out. She raised the child, and they ended up getting back together later on in life. And Regina Hall, she was dating this guy, and is and she in her heart she knew that that wasn't the right guy for her, but because she made this vow, she was gonna go through with it. And with the at the wedding, she was like, I can't do this. I can't do this because like, hey, I realized that this is not the person I want to be with. And the guy was telling her, said, well, at your age, what do you think you gonna get? Are you gonna get anything better? But I'm glad she stood up for herself and decided, just because I am of a certain age, that doesn't mean that I have to just settle for anybody.
So how you feel about that?
Well, I'm old. Go ahead.
Well, the reason why I say it because sometimes people just settle, and most people take their vows seriously. So if she had made a vow, and I know everybody sometimes they want to get married because that's what they see, and sometimes I don't, me personally, I don't believe marriage is for everybody.
Right.
And but people want to do that thing because they say, well, if you dating somebody, you should get married because you don't want to live in a you want to live in sin. You live in a sinful world. But my thing is though, sometimes I really confuse myself because I know you want to marry, but then you don't want to get married because you want to go to if you don't, especially when you don't have the right person.
Right.
You don't have the right person. You basically wasting time and money because shoot, man, you're gonna have a headache every day. You wake up in the morning and say, man, did I really get married? You open your eyes and say, I guess I did, but why did I do that? But your take on that is right. You said, well, if you don't feel love for this guy, why marry this man? But some folks say, in time, you will learn to love somebody if you be with them long enough. And people, well, as a double negative.
I've heard people say that. I think somebody told me this, and where you can grow to love somebody, and I get it, but like what I don't want, I saw this wedding. This man, he literally told his wife in front of everybody, he was like, I really didn't like her when I saw her, and I said, I don't want that to be me. I don't want you to be like, oh well, yeah. If I'm with you, you gonna be all I'm looking at, and I want to feel the same way. It's like you the apple, like my dad said, the apple. Like he talks about my mama, like how you feel about my auntie. It's like they're the apple of y'all eye. That's what I want when somebody look at me. I say, no, this is the person that I feel like this is my better half. This is the person that I feel like is gonna be together with me through thick and thin. Cause marriage, from what I've seen with my parents and with y'all and everything, you gonna go through some hard times. And don't get me wrong, appearance, that's the first thing you see with people, and I get that. But at the end, past that, you want to see if this person, like, you gonna have times you may have job loss. You may have things come up. You want to make sure, is this person gonna stick with me through thick and thin? Are they just gonna walk out? I mean, you have to have something more sustainable than just looks.
Well, Shay, when I used to work at St. Jude, we have our conversation in the break room talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lady asked me, said, Mr. Lee, how do you and your wife do it? I said, what do you mean? He said, how do y'all stay together? How y'all do what y'all doing? I said, marriage is about give and take.
Mm-hmm.
See, we get so caught up on certain traditions and everything that
Right.
the man is, even though he is the head of the household. The order is God, man, wife, and children.
Right.
That's the correct order. But at the same time, though, you have to have balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just can't come into the relationship. You just a dictator. That don't work. It's not. It's to me. I think it's like the big bomb. You know what I'm saying? That blow up, that destroy any relationship. So you got to have that balance and be able to communicate, find out what she like and what she don't like, and go from there. Now, there's gonna be times you're gonna have your ups and downs. You're right about that. But when you go through those tough times, that really will test your marriage because, like I said, somebody lose their job, right? Or somebody gets sick, or they got health issues and stuff. Are you gonna stay there when they're sick, or you just gonna abandon ship? And a lot of people abandon ship because, well, he ain't doing it for me, ain't doing it for me, and they'll leave. And I told a guy that went for, I said, man, my wife just gained weight. I said, what the weight got to do with it, man? I said, as you get older, man, everybody's body changes. I'm not a doctor, but I know metabolism, whatever, slow down, whatever, you gain weight. So if you marry somebody, man, and they gain weight or things happen to them that was unforeseen, you shouldn't just jump ship. The marriage vow said for better or for worse.
Right.
And if you are a human being, you're gonna stay there. Because that's what I want Phyllis to do for me. Because you look at people are so, I guess, you want superficial, I guess, right? You want the 36, 24, 36. You know what I'm saying? Or you want a muscular man. Or you don't want no 10, 10, 10, which is a complete circle, right? But a complete circle is what? It's still perfect, ain't it? So it's all about your mindset on what you see and what you want. Because, you know, so what she gained, she weighed 140 pounds when you got married. Now she weighing 733 pounds. And, you know,
right.
I said, and? I said, man, and the lady said, Mr. Lee, we need more men like you. I said, no, the problem is people need to understand that these realities that they're looking for, the superficial thing, that's going to destroy your mentality. It's going to destroy your mentality because you trying to find something that I guess pleasing on the eye, but when you go home, man, y'all probably having all kinds of problems. Y'all got all kinds of problems.
Right.
Throwing plates everywhere, you know what I'm talking about? So that's the deal, Shay. You know, people say people grow apart. If you grew apart, you never was together. That's what I think. Those are my thoughts on that.
And for little stuff, for instance, let's just say I was with somebody and he lost his job. As a man, I'm not a man, but if I was a man, that would make me feel really bad. It's like, okay, I'm supposed to be, you already got pressure as a man. You supposed to be head of household. Man, how you gonna be able to do this? How you gonna be able to do that? And I think about, like, you know, as a woman, a lot of women I've seen, like, oh, well, he ain't got no job. Well, I don't need to stay with him. I said, sir, y'all a team. When y'all came together, like the vow said, God said it ain't always gonna be rainbows and unicorns. So it's like when if that man loses his job, what I would do personally, I'd be like, okay, you know, okay, babe, well, I'm still working. What can we do to cut down on household expenses? Like, okay, we ain't gonna be going out to eat. We ain't gonna be going to dinner. Like I said, we'll cook things in the house. I'll bring my lunch. You know, I'll bring breakfast. You know, I'll buy things that's gonna cut down on the expenses and then encourage you. It's like it as a man, I encourage you, okay, you gonna feel sad. Cause I know with men, y'all talk not to express nothing. How y'all do that, I don't know. But like, it's to me, it would be so hard on y'all because they teach y'all not to not to have any emotions, just to suck it up. You a man. I was telling somebody, if I had somebody, I would want them to talk to me. Like, yeah, talk to me. Yeah, baby, I feel bad for losing my job. Please tell me.
Well, Shay, that's the thing, Shay. See, I guess, like I said, I'm a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
I changed all those things because, like I said, yeah, you was kind of like Bob said, man, not supposed to cry and all those things, but they fail to realize the people who even went to church that Jesus Christ, he wept. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's a great man. So, people say certain things that they don't really they understand, but say, man, you put on a certain image. The image that you should be putting on is showing your vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, 'cause you are human, and if a man loses, like I lost my job, a few times and stuff, but my thing was, long as I came home and I didn't get beat down, that was comforting to me. Because like I said, you already lost one thing. You don't want to lose the other thing by coming in every time you come around to the door, she beating you down. But why come you got no job? Blah 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 blah. And that's, like you said, that's the X factor right there that makes a man feel secure. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something else too, Shay. Now you have a lot of women that are making more money than some of the men are, right? And they want to be head of the household. And if you are the woman of God, if you are if you're somebody that has a heart, regardless of your salary, that man's still the head of the household. And not only that, if you are together as one, it's still in one bank.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you everything that I have, you got. Everything you got, I have. So that's where it's supposed to be. When people, I listen to God all the time to our separation stuff. Craft, man, my wife, man, I put some of my money up just for a rainy day. I said, man, look at man, I don't do no mess like that, man. What I'm gonna do with $5? I thought like a little different, but it was as a joke. But what I'm saying though, if you trust her enough to marry her, why you gotta have a prenup? Why you gotta have all those things in the beginning? Because like someone, if I marry you, and you want to decide you want to leave later down the line, I wouldn't be cool with it at the moment, but I'll live with it and I deal with it. I don't need no prenup, but you know what you're marrying. Put it like that. So if you marry somebody you gotta have a prenup with, I don't think you should get married. It's just why I feel about, because when you marry, you bring everything together and everything in one bag. I come to a married relationship and I got $100 million, you got zero, and I love you. You ain't gotta do no prenup. That's gonna do what we gotta do and get married. But I should know that enough about you before I marry you.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
My daddy said that. He was like, and my daddy was like, were you weak, he's strong, and then vice versa. Because like my mom, she was the middle. It was 10 of them, and my mom was in the middle. So my mama had to take care of everybody below her. Yeah. And so my mom was really good when it came to finances. Like she had with my grandmama. I think my dad said my uncle, different people like that. So she was used to doing the finances. My dad on her, he was the baby boy of the family. So he didn't really deal with finances. So when my dad was a truck driver, so when my daddy was a truck driving out of town, my mama did like the financial part because that's what she was used to. And we were never in dog. God blessed us a lot. And it's like, and my dad, he was like, I didn't feel bad for her doing that because, a lot of men, they can't even trust their women to, like, if they going out of town, they can't even trust their women to pay the mortgage. Oh, well, what did you buy? Well, I bought this purse. I said, but the bills are due. That's
not a woman, and that's not a mother. Mm-hmm. Because a real woman and a mother will put the family need before her own need.
Exactly.
And like I said though, for a man, he wants his wife to be happy. And like, you look at me for example, right? I don't care about materialistic things. Shoot, man, look, my brother. Oh man, look, it just guys leak craft. How come you don't buy blah 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 blah? I don't need those things, man. If I want something new, man, I go out and buy new things, depending on the occasions, on the event I'm going to. But for the most part, I just want to be me and just want to be happy. See, clothes don't make the man.
Right.
The man makes the clothes. People don't understand that. See, wherever you go, Shay, wherever you be, if you just be yourself, people are feeding off you when you open your mouth.
Right.
Are you gonna be a mother? You gonna say things that can lift people up, or you gonna say things that beat people down? You know what I'm saying? And having a good woman on your side ain't nothing like that. When I see the younger people now, they want to try to date everybody. I said, man, look at man. I said, what do you think? I said, well, I think what you're doing is kind of foolish because you're going to come across that one woman that just going to have your heart and she's going to be doing the same thing you're doing. And you're going to be crushed. So all I'm saying, man, is just be careful about what you're doing because, like I said, you don't want to be trying to lose a great thing. I ain't so good that I said a great thing because when y'all come together, there should be some great things that should be happening. That's my take on that shit.
I agree.
So what's on your mind? What else on your mind, Shay?
Oh yeah, and we also talk about being your own person. It's kind of spin off of what you're saying. You know, like in our with the young, especially with my I guess my generation on down, everybody's so focused on material things. Like I got that's what all the music about. I got Chanel, I got Louis Vuitton, I got Versace, I got Dolce and Gabbana, all these designers. And I said, like you said, that those clothes don't make you. It's your character that makes you. Cause you could be in the best design clothes, and your character is horrible.
Oh, but be mindful. No matter what you're going through, I can guarantee you one thing: it's going to be okay as long as you make God a part of your life.
Amen.
That's the what if guarantee. But Shay, back to what you're saying, Shay, by being your own person, you have to be your own person. See, it took me a minute to get to be the real Lee Craft, even though I had the tendencies early on. But but when you got people that are in your circle that are close to you, sometimes you make bad decisions or bad choices become decisions and with your life and everything. And sometimes, but if they don't know, really, they should really get the fan out of the way. You know what I'm saying? And that's my take on that, because you can have all the potential in the world to be great, but sometimes your family can plant a seed, and you could be the best whatever. And once that seed is planted, when it starts to grow, you lose all your gifts. But God won't allow you to lose your gift, because the gifts are still there. You know, I don't know what God has planned for me. I don't know what He has planned for you, but you have to still walk in faith. That's what I'm saying. You got to walk in faith, because I promise you, I tell the children sometimes, the real world is difficult. It's difficult to be you, because everybody looking at you, and sometimes when you speak, he think he perfect, or she think he perfect. Look, this is the thing. People tell you all the time, you know better than I am. I said, the devil is a liar. And what I mean by that is that the things you do make you better than somebody else. And they don't understand that. If you out there robbing, stealing, and killing, and I'm not, how are we still the same? Explain it to me. Make it make sense. See, that's what people don't understand. If you are going to work every day, and you call and you working every day, and the person working beside you called out every day, how are we the same?
Right.
See, you can bring a lot of different scenarios to the table and everything. People want to make a comparison that we still the same. We might be the same for having blood in our body and for being able to talk or do certain things, but after that, no. The things that we do make us who we are. If you out there doing blah 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 blah, and I'm not, how are we the same? Don't beat me down because I'm doing what is right. You know what I'm saying? And not idea about for being a Christian man, but it's about doing the right thing. Because even as a child knows how to do the right things. You know what I'm saying? But they taught a lot of these bad things to do. Then when they get older, so they start putting these bad things on you, but beating you down. Where all that come from? It came from that foundation that you started.
Right.
And once it started growing, it made it kind of hard to kind of cut them weeds, because we got too tough for the shears and for everything else. So that's that shit.
Yay! I like this. We should have more of these.
Well, Shay, this is the thing, Shay. What else on your mind, Shay? That's it?
That's all I can think of right now, but there will be more episodes. I like this, the uncle and niece.
See, Shay, not only that though, Shay, when you live in your life, when you go out, sometimes the things people say can make you feel insecure. And if you're not a secure person, you will start doubting yourself. And I'm not telling you about what I heard, I'm telling you about what I know, because that has been me. You know, you can, like I said, you can have all talent in the world, and somebody that you trust in and stuff, and it can tell you certain things that it'll make you beat yourself down. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we are all game changers. Everybody is a game changer. And people say, what's a game changer, Lee? A game changer is when you go to a place and things start to change for the better, not for just one person, but for everybody. You bring a new dynamic to the forefront. People are afraid to speak out on something that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to just sit back and say, well, I don't want to be the face of this red, because some things go wrong. It'd be my head on the block. And my thing is, it could be your head on the block regardless if you're doing right or wrong. So why not go do the right thing?
Right.
Let you follow me. So Shay, you got anything that you want to talk about?
I think
You sure?
I think I'm good now, but I will think of some next time. Yay!
Well, next time is here, Shay. The next moment is not promised to nobody. So I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Hey, did I look serious, Shay? Would that look serious, Shay?
Yeah, you kind of scared me there.
I'm trying to get. Well, hey, next time No, I'm just playing. So you sure that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I want to thank y'all for listening to this different show, different spin on it, because I know Mondays are normally medical Monday, but like I said, sometimes you need to have a real conversation with your children, with your brother, with your sister, with whoever that you need to talk to try to figure some things out. Because like I said, the way things become perfect. And like I said, I don't edit. It's like real life. You got to live with it and deal with it. You can't rewind in real life. You got problems with anybody, sit down and have a real conversation one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? And try to figure out what's going on and with lives and everything, because there's a solution to every problem. It's just up to you to try to figure out what's going on. So with that being said, this is Lee Craft. This is my podcast. What if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com. One band, one sound. Together, we got an opportunity to turn this whole world around. But in order to have a real conversation,
you got to have real people.
If you want to have a real conversation, have a blessed day. And please find time and make time to tell God. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you, Shay.